What is up, everyone? If you can hear me, I think you guys can hear me. It looks like it's good, and I am going out. I'm going to give people a few minutes to get in here. Then we're going to talk about some very interesting things here. Dun, 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 dun. I don't still says zero, but I can't be right. Definitely can't be right. Let me make sure that 07, here we go. We're gonna get more people in here as it goes. We're gonna be talking about several different things here. I haven't went live on my main channel in a minute. So I decided to go live and we're gonna discuss this whole thing that I read on Fox News and it came from the reload. But the link to the reload for some reason is not working. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and go over the stuff here. Alright, so the reload, which is ran by a pretty good guy who is my nemesis. No, he's not actually my nemesis. I sound like a sideline.
I am sorry about that. I must have hit a button by accident. Wow. I'm sorry. I had my silent voice on, Rich.
Oh, okay.
I'm bringing Rich on the thing here too. Yeah, I got several different voice filters. I had my robot voice on. I think I sound better now, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're normal. For normal for
Okay.
you.
Yeah, so we haven't been live on the main channel in forever, and I just want to go live on the main channel and also John Crump News, John Crump Live, I mean, just to give everyone an update and to answer any questions for anyone out there. Tifa, Texas, thank you for sticking around. We're not going to be on too long here because I got like Christmas stuff going on and stuff like that. That's why there's no show. But I do want to discuss this article that I read over at Fox News here. There. And Rich never mutes his phone. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Basically, the CDC was under pressure from anti gun groups to remove a study by Gary Clark that shows defensive gun uses and how many defensive gun uses there is. In fact, let me actually read you this little thing here. One of the anti-gun
Wait, are
people.
you saying guns prevent crimes?
Yeah.
Guns
Well,
save people's lives?
here's the thing. Congress set up this meeting between all the anti-gun people and the CDC. And originally, the CDC did not want to take down the study, but they were pressured to take down the study. Dick Durbin, who is a dick, that's his first name. I'm not calling him a dick. I'm just saying his first name is Dick.
So if you want to send a dick picture.
Or boxofdicks.com. Bagadicks.com, I think it was. But there was a study that showed that guns are used widely in self-defense between 60,000 and 2.5 million times a year in self-defense. And the Brady campaign, every town started hammering them to take it down. And Dick Durbin and some other Democrats jumped on board and said, take it down. And they relented. Which is crazy. So they want to bury the study.
Yeah. So the fact is basically that there are typically like 10 to 100 times more defensive uses of firearms than deaths caused by firearms. And we'll have to segregate that portion into good shoots and like bad or criminal shoots.
We'll check.
But typically it's like 10 to 100 to 1 of good versus bad uses of firearms.
It is, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't know. For some reason, I lost my own sound. I can't hear my own sound.
I hear you.
Okay.
You're good.
What the hell? Hold on. Can you hear me? All right, that's better. Yeah, thank you, JSD, for the hats, by the way.
Since I got it, I haven't taken it off.
Instead of sending Dark the link, I sent him my affiliate link to Amazon.
Oh, that's... I'm like, why is Crumpy sending me an Amazon link?
Yeah, I'm sending it now. So one of the things that one of the anti-gunners said is they wanted to bury the study, dig it up, and bury it again. Oh, it says that number needs to be killed, buried, dug up, killed again, and buried again. Because it makes a big difference. Ernie Dominguez says, "What do I think of the new 4473? I think it's a bunch of bullshit, actually." I can bring that up too. We can talk about that too. Because this study is bad. We knew it was going to happen. The CDC has been anti-gun forever. Miguel Faria, who's a doctor, he runs Doctors for Responsible Gun Ownership. He blew the whistle on the CDC before, like back in the 90s, when the CDC would say, we want this anti-gun study to say this, and then they would make it say it. So yeah.
Why would that be a problem?
Yeah, that's not really science. I'm a big science guy. And that's not how it works. You follow the evidence where the evidence leads. You don't determine it. All right. So the 4473, I did a article on it. I will paste it in the chat. It has changed, and it will be required to use soon. And they've added several different things, and not just the stuff that you would think, like putting non-binary on there and stuff like that. One of the sections now has privately made firearms, PMS. So where it says manufacturer, you can put PM there, because frames are lives now if you take them to an FFL, which is crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Another change, it used to ask, hey, this is this is the city and state I live in. Now they are actually asking you whether you live in the city limits.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, on a 4473.
Yeah.
So there's a new 4473?
Yeah. There's two new disqualifying questions. One says, do you intend to purchase or acquire any firearm listed on this form in any other constituency, ammunition, for sale or other distribution to any person described, or to a person described and blah, 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 that does not fall with it. Basically saying that you can't give your gun to someone who is a non-immigrant. And then there's one that says, do you intend to sell or otherwise dispose of any firearms listed on this form or any continuation sheet or ammunition in furtherance of any felony or any offense punishable by imprisonment for a term of more than 1 year, a federal crime of terrorism or drug trafficking offense?
Wait. Does it ask me if I'm going to do it in the future?
No, it's asking you if you're gonna give the gun to someone who's gonna do
it's
Oh.
asking like, hey,
Well,
Rich,
so
by any chance, is this a straw purchase?
But they already asked that. They're like, "Are you the actual purchaser?" Yes.
That's not enough for them, apparently. What they're saying, and I mean, somebody could say, "Well, I'm not sure of what crimes I'm going to commit in the future. I just need this equipment." Sorry,
Right.
it's not funny. Kind of funny. One car, Goonbeam. Kurt, what up?
And then they added a thing about people under 21 having to wait 10 days, which is being litigated, and that's going to continue to be litigated.
That's ridiculous. That is
all right. So my daughter's 20. She lives in an off-campus apartment. I mean, basically, it's apartment/dorms, and I don't know how many stories it is, but for a couple of nights in a row, somebody was breaking into or trying to break in with like a rock, because they all have balconies, into the 3rd or 4th floor of this one apartment. She's on the ground floor. Like, hey, you want me to come out and stay with you a couple of days? What do you want me to do? It's like, now she's 20. Florida. I don't know if I can't give her a pistol. I don't believe she can be in possession of a pistol, but I could give her a long gun.
No, she can lawfully be in possession. At the age of 18, she could lawfully be in possession of a pistol.
But she can't buy one.
Correct.
And she can't carry it.
Yeah. But that's the crazy thing. A right
in Virginia, if you're 18, you can carry it.
A right delayed.
Not in Florida, not after Marjorie Stoneman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gunshine state. Although they're saying we're going to get constitutional carry this year.
Yeah, I saw that. DeSantis said that he will sign the constitutional carry bill.
He said that for a year now. You got
to get it to him.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to get to these people. And we've had this conversation before. A right delayed is a right denied.
A right delayed.
Here where I am with the rhinos. Yeah. Until I see it, I no believe you.
All right, so we covered the CDC, we covered the 4473. We can go to Rhode Island, which we covered yesterday. Answer any questions about that, or we can go to Columbus, Ohio, suing Columbus.
Before we switch topics, I do have one question. So, are there any other changes with the 4473?
Yeah, you can read my whole article. It's
one thing I'm curious about. Are they asking if any standard like a Title I or anything like that? Do they specifically? Because I haven't done the research on this yet. Are they specifically asking if you're going to, add a pistol brace, or if you're going to convert it to an NFA item or anything like that?
Not that I saw.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about that.
All right. So we got Rhode Island, we got Columbus, and we got Oregon to go over. Let's go to Columbus, because I don't see a lot of people talking about this. And I was going to do a separate video on it tomorrow, but because I'm probably going to do a separate video on it tomorrow, let's go to Oregon. Oregon, this is just my personal thoughts. I think the judge in Oregon is going to extend the TRO until January 5th, when he will have his preliminary injunction ready to go. I do think he's going to get a preliminary injunction. I will tell you why. If you listened to the trial, right? the back and forth, the presenting of evidence, the judge in the Oregon case. This is the GOA case. There's 4 cases out there, but the GOA case. This is the one that knocked down the whole entire law. The judge said when they said, "Oh, it's not going to put an undue burden," the judge said 48% of people in the state own firearms. 38% of those people have high capacity magazines. So that is, but I can't remember. You threw out the exact number of people. You're going to make this number of people a felon overnight. How is that not putting a burden on the gun owner?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And this
that
is
wasn't
supposed
like,
to.
That wasn't like the GOA's lawyers giving him the data. This is data that he had.
And this is to ban magazines that hold more than 10 rounds.
More than 10 rounds. Also, there's
requiring a
law
permit.
there that says you have to get training and do all this jumping through hoops to get a purchase permit.
Yeah, requiring a permit to purchase any firearm at all, require a training course, application fee,
we're all
fingerprinting, and a duplicative background check to obtain the permit to purchase. Is this essentially like a FOIA card, basically?
Yeah.
Or FOIA.
Right. You must be convicted
Void.
felon. I 100% agree. I'm just saying what the judge said. So, the judge used you're going to turn such and such amount of people into felons overnight.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I mean, there's so many limited. Now, actually, let me ask the wording on this. Are they saying that any firearm that has the potential, like, is it kind of like the way that that one federal one was set up, to where it's not just about the individual magazines, that it's about the ability for the firearms to accept magazines?
No, this is about individual magazines, but it does say that if it will ban magazines that can be converted.
Okay, so if you have
anything
a 33 round,
anything that can take a magazine extension, so basically all Glock mags, all
wow,
P320 mags, all AR mags. Isaac Botkin.
Yeah.
Lucas Botkin's brother, T-Rex Arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the expert witness for GOA, and he was like a rock star, man.
Oh, he's great. He's probably one of the most intelligent folks that I've seen speak about from the community that aren't like attorneys, and he's probably one of the most intelligent just dudes that I've seen talk about shit like this.
Yeah, he's definitely a rock star.
Yeah.
Rip says, also, while we're in limbo in Oregon, if you have to use your concealed carry or self-defense piece in a situation, and you have a standard capacity magazine, which they call high capacity magazines, or large capacity feeding devices, that's what the law calls them, you are still subject to be charged, and that is true.
That's just absolutely preposterous. Xanthi Misfit, a 10-round mag has more than 8 bullets, so it's a machine gun. So actually, funny enough,
David Chipman argue that
DC actually had that law. If for a while, Washington DC, if you had a handgun that had a magazine capacity more than 20, they charged you with a machine gun.
It was it wasn't. It was if you had more. You didn't have to have it. You can have multiple magazines with that amount of bullets.
Yeah, if it was a singular magazine, so like a Glock with a 33 round stick mag was a machine gun in the eyes of DC for a short period of time.
Yeah, that was changed.
Yeah, that was changed years back.
real fast. Yeah,
But I knew a guy
DC
that
recently had a law that Dick Keller sued over, who's going to be on the show. We got to get back and figure that out.
Hmm.
Let's get him on next week.
Yeah, I was in talks with the people.
Let's get him in next week. I'll call Dick if you can't.
you
You can
say
call
that,
Dick.
say that one more time.
Dick and I are like close, man.
Yeah, I
So
just
am I?
talked to Dick's people. I don't talk to Dick.
No,
Maybe against the
Dick's
masses. Where are you?
Yeah, Dick people. Dick's. That sounds really bad.
Well, as an investigative
Heller's
journalist,
people are the ones who schedule everything for him.
I imagine as an investigative journalist, you have to talk to Dick people all the time.
Funny thing is, Rich was shocked that they actually knew who he was,
Hmm.
and they were fans.
That they knew who Flying Rich was.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they were fans.
The sad Jamaican siren.
Don't call us Dick people, bro. I'm sorry, Fluffy.
Oh, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal. Look at all the great
Keller
people here.
recently sued because they were not let you have like extra magazines, and he sued and won. That was Heller 3. There's Heller 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's probably gonna be a Heller 5 just because I think Dick likes suing DC.
More Beta Prince says, I bet he's hard-headed.
He is. Okay. How do I say this? When Dick comes on the show next week, it's going to be an interesting show. Rich,
Dick Heller.
Yeah, Rich, what we're going to do, we're just going to ask him like, hey, Dick, tell people about you. And then we're just going to sit back for the rest of the show. We're not going to say another damn word.
Yep.
From me watching him speak before, I think you're golden. You're not going to have a problem at all.
Yeah, and we got to cut him off at an hour after we ask him the first question.
So,
No,
Dick,
I know you're probably watching this, and I love you. I love you, Dick.
I love Dick.
He's a great guy. He is literally a great guy. He works for GOA.
Yeah.
So Dick's people say he doesn't want to be on camera, so we're just going to post a photo.
That's fine.
So there will be no Dick on camera.
Okay.
You could get a photo of him standing at the podium on lobby day and just put a big dick head up there.
Whatever.
No, like Dick Heller's head.
Hey man, I got him to meet Kyle.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, look, all jokes aside, like Dick Heller's name, like so much advocation of our rights has been done in Dick Heller's name.
Yeah, I think we all have to admit we do like Dick here.
You know what I should do?
I was trying to be serious, okay?
Get Tom King on next week too. That'd be awesome.
I'm still working on Josiah
and Rhonda Ezel. Let me set up Rhonda and Tom King.
Dark Love's Dick.
Basically, that's the guy that sued in Bruin. And Rhonda Ezel is Ezel versus Chicago, which was another big case.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll have Dick Heller on.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like the three biggest. I mean, McDonald would probably be top 3. Ezel would be probably number 4, but McDonald unfortunately has passed away, so we can't have him on. But we can have on the other 3 biggest cases in 2A history on the same week. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right, so we talked about Oregon. We talked about the CDC. We talked about we can talk about Rhode Island. There is, or should I break news? I'm not going to break news.
Go ahead.
In Rhode Island, there was a judge that was insanely anti-gun. And they're suing over magazine capacity, saying it violated the Second Amendment, right? The judge ruled it did not violate the Second Amendment, did not violate the Bruin ruling because magazines are not arms.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which
As if
is
they
insane because like if you look at like all the other cases in the country, Duncan versus Bonta and the Oregon case and cases all over the country, magazines have always been considered arms. If you ban a magazine, you can ban a gun because most guns take magazines, right?
Well, most modern, unless you have a revolver, but
yeah, I
Then
mean
then they said it violated the Fifth Amendment, the takings clause. The takings clause says if the government takes your stuff, they need to justify you. Compensate you. So not justify you, compensate you. Which the judge ruled it's within the state's power to take things without compensating people.
no.
which is ridiculous. And didn't this same judge say, well, these magazines are only like $15 anyway, right?
Yes, he did.
Which is completely preposterous. And you can't even just draw a vague line like that. Like the reality is that every single firearm is different. They're not only removable magazines, box magazines, integral magazines, tubular magazines. There's way too many things. You cannot just draw a blanket like this. And actually, Andy Lipscomb said, "Isn't there a national?" Where I'd have to go back and find it, but he's basically saying, like, isn't there a national magazine ban being threatened currently, like a federal ban? Weren't they working that into something?
Yeah, it's not good. There's not enough votes to pass it. It's not worth worrying about right now.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think that. Although I know that they've been trying to do this for years, they did do it. From '94 to '04. But the
yeah,
reality is that
10-round
they,
mags.
they did not make them illegal though, right? All they did was drive up the price of previously.
They call them pre-ban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and even that, did we all know the research on that did absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, there was some research that would indicate that violent crime had increased during that time. So there's no correlation with
There's no
magazine
correlation.
restrictions.
Even the Obama Justice Department, when they did their studies, said that they did not see anything that says that it was effective at all. Which
That's kind of surprising here, actually.
yeah, okay. So we did that. I mean, he said a lot of crazy things. Go back and watch my video where he says, doesn't violate the takings clause. It doesn't violate due process. Blah blah blah. Bruin doesn't apply because they're not arms and everything else. It was just way anti-gun, and the legislation was common sense.
Well, it's interesting how the judges always want to have their cake and eat it too. So a Ghost Gunner 3 is illegal in California because it's only used to make guns. Meanwhile, a magazine is not used only in guns, but oh wait, it is. So I can CNC anything with a tabletop mill like the Ghost Gunner 3. I don't necessarily have to make a firearm with it.
Yeah.
But there they can say, oh, that's exclusively to make firearms, when I could make stupid snowmen figurines with it. But, magazines have nothing to do with guns.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They should release the Ghost Gunner and do the Elon Musk thing and just call it not a Ghost Gunner.
Right.
If you
Not
don't
a
know,
flamethrower.
Elon Musk tried to export his flamethrower to Europe, and they said no, we're not going to approve it because it's a flamethrower. The
It
EU
says
said
it's
that,
a
so he
flamethrower.
resubmitted it and called it not a
Not a flamethrower.
and then they approved it. All
Yep.
I did was change the name from flamethrower to not a flamethrower. And
Same
Wow.
exact thing, just different label on the packaging.
yeah. I want to talk about what happened in Australia. If you don't know, the anti-gunners always says we need to be more like Australia. We need Australian gun laws.
Don't make me send a video that I sent to Rich today from Australia. Had nothing to do with guns, plenty of violence.
But there was a mass shooting.
Oh yeah, okay, I see where you're going with it.
But like basically, I mean, they're registering effing Nerf guns over there. And I'm not even joking about that. They are literally registering Nerf guns.
Okay, so you're not being hyperbolic when you say that, right? Like I
No.
thought they were trying to register, BB guns and air rifles and things like that. You're saying they're actually
No, fair Nerf guns have to be registered too.
wow.
Did I just freeze?
Are they afraid of mass nerfings?
I don't know. I think
I think we lost Crump for a second.
We lost Crump.
There's
That's
a pretty
okay.
bad storm over here. Yeah, Safety Harbor Firearms. I just responded to you in chat. I feel you. Those what did you say?
back.
Which
Sorry.
magazines?
Yeah, we've had like an ice storm, so we've been
It's
crazy.
mucking with your fiber optics.
My Plum Circle 10 magazines are literally like $250 each. I feel you, brother. I feel your pain. All magazines are not to be treated equally. And what isn't there? And this is a question I had back to the magazine thing. Isn't there an AK? It's like the Bison or whatever it is. Isn't that tubular magazine? Is that removable or is that integrated? Because I'm pretty sure those are like 50 or 50 plus round magazines.
The Bison?
Yeah, I think that maybe the it's BIZON.
Yeah,
that was like
I think they're removable.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
could be wrong.
I couldn't recall. Australia will have Horizon boomerang assaults. BIZON, yeah. It is removable. Okay, I wasn't sure.
That's what I thought.
Chris
the
Bullis.
Bison, I was pretty sure they were removable.
Yeah, I couldn't recall if it was like a Calico, like with a removable tubular magazine. But
Calico
I mean, what
was a junk gun.
Yeah, of course. Right?
You like wind it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
A lot of drum mags you have to
gotta
wind
wind
for attention.
Yeah, but the Calico was like a cylindrical magazine. It wasn't even like a drum mag.
It's a spiral.
Yeah, it's that helical. Yeah, so one car says the Bison mags are helical. I don't even know what the design of them looks like, but I know that it appears
the mag goes on the top of the gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly like
anything with a rimmed cartridge that's mag fed is a jam-o-matic.
Calico mags.
I mean that thing runs. Yeah, they're like the Calico mags. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I figured. Honestly, so like Ajax Racing just said stick mags are better. I'm with you. All plum mags matter. Yes. Yeah, leave my plum mags alone, y'all. I'm rocking stick mags. I'm rocking any chance that I can. I'm not grabbing D60s. I'm not grabbing and if that's your thing, if drums is your thing, that's cool. Just me personally, I'm gonna be rocking stick mags.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing that Rip said, which I do think is pretty damn crazy. The submachine guns that we supply to Russia, because Russia basically out of guns, they're using mostly the Gaunt's and they're using the Thompsons that we gave them in Ukraine.
Yeah, that sounds oddly familiar, almost like similar to other places where sand is more common than grass.
Yeah,
You know,
Russia would have fallen to Germany if the U.S. didn't like give them everything.
but it's common and okay for the United States to provide lethal aid to, random countries willy-nilly, with NATO, without NATO, expand NATO, despite threats, very specific, exact threats from other countries. And we just kind of, do our thing. We're like, I don't know. We may be friends with this person here when it suits us, and then we may be literally fighting against them a decade later. Oh, but we armed them.
And the intel world, there's something that says, I used to work, do some stuff, but it's they're saying, and I think I've told Rich the saying, he might be a son of a bitch, but he's our son of a bitch.
Yep.
Who's our son of a bitch?
It means that you have to weigh the threats of arming certain people, risk versus reward. Like, if I arm them, it stops a bigger threat, but I do know that it might be used against us in the future. But right now, you weigh that to see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I just got an alert. What's up, Smash Time? Breaking news: London missile launch, nuclear ICBM loaded.
What?
I'd like to do a little bit more research into this. Ajax Racing 100%. Taliban, check.
Where did you get that from?
I'll have to send you a screenshot. This is from a gentleman that uses an app to scan across, like I'll shoot you a screenshot.
Yeah, send me a screenshot. I'll be interested.
CNN's got nothing.
Are you surprised?
Well, we'll know in like 6 minutes.
What? Critics warn Biden's voting proposal would be greatest regulatory overreach.
Yeah,
Don't tell me they're going after the votes.
This is your guy, Rich. And look, I don't know. I'm just
let me see here.
Nice. You did that on live. 100 people heard that.
Excuse me.
Hey, Sky.
Oh, here. Dude, I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm
100%.
I'm not sure. I had to take a second to look away and look into that, though, because that's a little disturbing.
Well, here's the thing, right? They're hypersonic missiles
that are
they
fueled.
hit Europe before they hit us. Because when they would have to take out missiles. So they
But
would
they're fueled with
hit.
they're fueled with enough CL-20 to literally travel the world twice.
Yeah.
Like, they could miss a target and then loop back around and then hit the target. How crazy is that? CL-20 is a remarkable explosive. They actually have to dilute it heavily just to be able to have it used as rocket fuel as opposed to a massive energetic explosion. Yeah.
What's up, Drew? How you doing? Yeah. So
Fluffy
GLA did launch something. I want to give it out to all you guys and you cats and kittens out there, as Carol Baskins says. But you guys might want to look through this. There's a lot of stories in here, a lot of stories that have not been told. And I just made the website live this morning.
Okay, and what is this?
It's all about Nick's self-submission forms. A bunch of production requests.
But you can't get put off the list. You can only go on.
Yeah.
You can check in, but you can never check out.
Emails, everything.
Hotel California type-ish.
Yeah, so you can check in, but you can't check out. Yeah, so you can look through all that stuff. There's actually letters and different people that were like, I guess, pressured to sign. In there, we have those. We have people. It's very interesting. There's one guy who said, "I never own a gun. I don't ever want to own a gun, so I want to put myself on the list." And like, all right, fill this out.
What? Hold on. So not only are they building a massive registry of people that own firearms, and for all the people that jump in my live streams every now and then, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just saying. For all those,
You say there's a live stream tonight?
yeah.
Oh.
For all those people that come in and be like, Dark, they're not going for your guns, man. You need to stop. They're not coming for your PEDs. They're not coming for your braces. Like, dude, this is shit we were talking about in August of last year, right? Not 22. Like, this is shit we were talking about in August of 21. And people are constantly like, they're not coming for your guns. Not only is there like absolute rock solid evidence of there being millions and millions and millions hundreds of millions of documented firearm transactions, but that it's being reviewed by OCR. What's the acronym for OCR?
Optical character recognition. Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing: they're storing it out. They're storing them in PDF format, right?
So they'll be able to go back and
there's like, well, we're not
it's
we're
not
not
searchable.
using optical
It's
character
not searchable.
review. It's not searchable.
Well, there's a
because
drop down that says search it.
Yeah, there's like one button that says create searchable document.
The easy button.
Basically. Yeah, right. But
No,
now
I mean,
what they're
you know
saying
what?
is,
You know what we should do?
well, hold on, real quick, just to get the last part of the thought out. Now what they're saying, 1030 thanks, One Love Design. Now what they're saying is, not only do we want to have all of this documentation and people, that own firearms registered with specific, firearms and all that shit. Now we want documentation of people saying, I don't own any firearms. That's ridiculous, man. Come on.
Whoa.
All right. What I'm gonna
Well,
do
if I own a
is-
corporation that owns the firearms, do I not own the firearms?
I did something recently where I wrote an article about the ATF knowing that it was keeping and FBI knowing that it was keeping illegal forms. Here is the document, right? It's pretty damn big. You know what? Yeah, let me. You know what? Let me just do another. I think we should do here. We'll do the court ruling. Damn it!
One Car Fast says
All right,
that
we'll do
sounds like
this.
Germany
This
in the
is
1930s.
appeal right here. Let's do this one because this is kind of interesting. This is the Oregon. This is their appeal to, I think, the Supreme Court that got denied. Okay, so let's just do this one. Okay, so what I am going to do, because this one's bigger, the other one is not as big, so it doesn't take as much time. So I want to do something that's kind of big. This have a lot of pages here, right? And this is just on a Mac Mini that I'm going to do this. And what we're going to do is we are going to OCR this. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to go to scan an OCR. And then I'm going to click recognize text. Actually, never mind. This one's already been OCR'd. Sorry. I think this one.
So first off, there's two ways you can have a
I'm looking
PDF
for a document I have an OCR.
PDF document can be an image, and the image could be text. It could be anything. Or the PDF document could have text in it, like you created a PDF
well, these are
from
all
Word.
scans. These are images.
Right.
That are
So if they're scanned, they're an image. It's not quote unquote text.
All right. Well, watch this. So I go here. I go to OCR. I go to recognize text in this file, and just click recognize text, and there it goes. Bam! Guess what, guys?
How many seconds was that?
Well, no, well, it's still going. It's going to take a while because I'm on the Mac Mini. But if you have like a data center servers,
which all of them do.
yeah, like they have like 96 core servers now at the ETF.
Yeah, which if you have like, 250 shipping containers of 4473s.
Yeah, so bam. I mean, and this document's a little bit harder because it's not exactly clear. But yeah, that's how you OCR a document. They're saying, "Oh, it's hard to OCR these documents. We don't have training to OCR this document." Well, how long did it take you to give someone? You click here, you click here, you click here. Does that make any sense to anyone?
Yeah.
That's
So
ridiculous.
you could take a document that's just an image of text in OCR in a matter of seconds, depending on your hardware.
Depending on hardware.
And-
Yeah, this is just run on Mac Mini and it's doing a bunch of other stuff. So it's
And
running a
remember
little bit
when
slower,
this
but it's
when,
not. So
when this
now
news broke. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So now I can just I can search the document now.
For any keyword.
Yeah. For any keyword.
Yeah.
My computer's
Now, when
running
this-
so slow. I got the beach ball. All right, here we go.
So when this news broke, though, well, here, I'll let you finish this and then we'll get back to it.
Let's just do the.
That's crazy.
So like let's say your name is the bam. How hard was that, right? And they're pretending like
Stupid easy.
this is like so complicated that they can never hit a couple buttons in Adobe to turn on an OCR the documents, which is
Right.
That's crazy. And remember that when all this news broke, this was when the ATF was saying over the next 5 years we intend to double in size, and they're requesting a budget more than 5 times their annual budget or something like that.
Who broke that story about the?
I think it was that
like
one
about
channel.
The digitizing of all records.
I think it was that one channel, DLD After Dark. Something
You
like
know,
that.
it really pissed me off when Fox News started running the shit and they didn't fucking source. They used my documents, but they didn't source me.
Why would they ever
Nothing.
cite a source?
They
you know,
don't like saying AMOland.
I would imagine that to be true. No, we know John Crump broke that.
Dude, I am a Google fact checker.
He's a professional Google fact checker.
No, seriously.
What is that? You got like a certificate for that or something?
No, I'm going to be. AMOland is going to be fact checking stuff for Google.
What? That is hilarious. Hey, Rusty Shackelford, what up? If the AFT wants to search a PDF, they would have to hire a 12-year-old. Yeah, so
Rusty says some APIs and you can make this way easier. Yeah.
For sure.
hold on. Somebody said, good question. So, and frankly, I don't care what my state does. I'm reading a comment just saying, and frankly, I don't care what my state does. I will not register my polymerase. I think I know what you're saying. Your polymerase. That was the last unmolested part of the Second Amendment, and I refuse to relinquish it. Facts. Agreed. Check out my background. And he says, wait, can someone do that, get a corporation and make the corporation on the firearms because I will become an LLC tomorrow? I don't think
I know that used to be a thing for trusts. I don't know if that's still a thing.
No, you can do it on trust still, but
Yeah.
what the ATF is requiring that everyone on the trust now has to submit fingerprints and pictures. When the idea of doing that was you didn't have to.
Yeah, so like for me personally, I have all of my NFA items live in a revocable living trust.
Yeah.
I did not have to do fingerprints, passport pictures, all that shit. And I bought a bunch of stamps. And then after that, I went to go when I bought the Serbu Super Shorty. I was like, all right, hey, I got all my stuff set up because I've never done an e-form. Most of my stamps were purchased, while it was being, worked on. and because there were years that it was just basically down, and all of my forms and stamps are paper, and I went to go buy the Cebu Super Shorty, and they were like, okay, you need your passport pictures, you need your fingerprints, and I'm like, well, no, I have a revocable living trust, and that was right when it was changing. And
Yeah,
anybody on the
Obama.
trust, yeah, anybody on the trust as well, which I didn't get my trust. That's funny, Detective John Kimball. Does anyone know where I can buy a phase plasma rifle in the 40-watt range?
You gotta say it in the voice.
Cop, you idiot! Detective John Kimball.
Sorry.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here. I got to go to a thing for my kids.
Boy
Christmas
Scout
thing.
meeting.
No, a Christmas. It's a Christmas thing.
It's not Den Mother Day.
No, it's not Dead Mother Day. But thank you all for watching. I want to do these live streams about once a week so I can actually interact with people on the news channel. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know as well. You guys have a wonderful evening too, Detective John Kimball. You can follow Rich at Find Rich on YouTube or whatever. Find Rich _official on Instagram. You have DLD After Dark that does a show. So if you want to tune into John Crump Games and watch the finals of JSD Supply versus GOA, you can do that. Then you can go watch DLD's show, DLD After Dark.
Yep, and don't forget too that if anybody out there is looking to continue exercising your right, because I believe every single person in the world has the right to build modern firearms in the privacy of their own home with zero governmental interference. If you believe that you have the right to exercise that, then go ahead and go to dldhardware.com and you can pick up some Polymer 80 jigs and some other dope-ish that is going to be dropping too that are actually DLD designed jigs. So keep a lookout, y'all.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And see you later.
Stay strapped or get close.